Hello, fellow boomers! Good to see you on our channel. What if I told you that by the end of this decade, up to half of all jobs could disappear? Not to outsourcing, but to automation and artificial intelligence. This isn't a dystopian fantasy. It's a future foreseen by economists, technologists, and philosophers alike. Ray Kurzweil, the American computer scientist, author, entrepreneur, futurist, and inventor, has predicted that by 2029, AI will reach human-level intelligence. The World Economic Forum's Future of Jobs report estimates that by 2030, automation could transform or replace up to 60% of jobs globally. MIT's Eric Brynjolfsson and Andrew McAfee call this the dawn of the second machine age, where machines don't just do, they think, create, and decide. For centuries, our economic engine has run on a simple equation: work equals wages, wages buy goods, and the cycle continues. John Maynard Keynes, writing in 1930, warned of technological unemployment, the idea that innovation could outpace our ability to create new jobs. Today, that warning is becoming reality. The 2008 financial crisis was a tremor. The coming automation cliff? It's an earthquake. As BlackRock CEO Larry Fink and Bridgewater's Ray Dalio have warned, AI may boost productivity, but it will also displace workers more rapidly than new jobs can be created. Universal basic income, often touted as a solution, is only a partial fix. Nobel laureate Angus Deaton and historian Yuval Noah Harari argue that UBI risks creating a passive society, disconnected from meaningful participation in economic life. Whether you are a boomer or belong to a younger generation, it is important to watch this video to its end and be aware of what the future economy is going to look like. So, what's the answer? Enter the ownership revolution, a vision championed by thinkers like Robert Reich, Thomas Piketty, and philosopher Nick Cernacek. Instead of earning a living through labor, we shift to earning through ownership. That means ordinary people, not just corporations or the wealthy, own the productive assets of tomorrow: AI data centers, solar farms, robots, and intellectual property. But how do we know which communities are thriving in this new world? Look for the Economic Agency Index, which is a proposed new metric index designed to measure the impact of automation on the economy, focusing on broader ownership and community empowerment rather than solely on wages. Inspired by Mariana Mazzucato, the EAI tracks how much of a community's income comes from ownership, dividends, rents, royalties, rather than wages or government handouts. The ownership revolution stands on three powerful pillars, echoing the proposals of Nobel laureate Joseph Stiglitz, Elinor Ostrom, and futurist Jeremy Rifkin. Imagine receiving a dividend check from the robots and data centers that replaced traditional jobs. This isn't about government control, it's about you owning a piece of the future. Community-owned solar farms, citizen shares in AI infrastructure, and local data trusts that pay royalties to residents. As Thomas Paine envisioned, and as legal scholar Robert Ashford argues, broadening capital ownership is the only sustainable path to shared prosperity. If you don't own the robots will own you, says Martin Ford, author of Rise of the Robots. Communities worldwide will become economic laboratories. In her work, for which she won the Nobel Prize for Economic Science in 2009, Elinor Ostrom proved that local governance can effectively manage shared resources. Each region will experiment with unique ownership models, from rural co-ops with agricultural robots to urban data trusts. Rural counties forming co-ops to own agricultural robots. The most successful ideas will spread, creating a network of prosperity. Urban centers launching data trusts that pay citizens for the use of their data. Industrial regions creating shared ownership of advanced manufacturing facilities. As Elinor Ostrom said, the best solutions are often local, not national. Banks, companies, and local governments will roll out innovative financial tools. Fractional ownership, automation-linked securities, blockchain-based shares, making it easy for everyone, not just the wealthy, to build an ownership portfolio. Fractional shares in AI companies. Jeremy Rifkin, in The Zero Marginal Cost Society, argues that democratizing access to capital is essential for a fair post-labor economy. Community investment funds for local infrastructure, blockchain tokens representing stakes in renewable energy projects. The democratization of finance is the next great leap. Jeremy Rifkin. But what about retirement? In a world where jobs disappear, how will pensions work? Nobel economist Peter Diamond and philosopher Philippe Van Parijs warn that wage-based pensions will become unsustainable as automation shrinks the wage base. The answer? Pensions will shift from wage-based to asset-backed. Instead of relying on payroll taxes, future pensions will be funded by returns from productive assets, AI infrastructure, renewables, and more. This is the concept behind pension fund socialism envisioned by Peter Drucker, where workers collectively own the means of production through their retirement funds. AI will manage these pensions, optimizing investments and personalizing strategies. MIT's David Autor and Stanford's Fei Li predict that AI will make pension management more efficient, transparent, and secure, ensuring dignity for retirees even as the traditional job market shrinks. Of course, this transformation isn't automatic. Philosopher Martha Nussbaum and economist Darren Acemoglu remind us that we'll need new laws, smarter financial tools, and a massive shift in how we think about wealth. We need to update laws to make it easier for everyone to own a stake in productive assets. As Robert Reich says, if we want a democracy, we need to democratize capital. Nobel laureate Amartya Sen emphasizes the importance of education in empowering people to make informed financial decisions. Elinor Ostrom's research shows that local collaboration is key to managing shared resources effectively. Here's how you can get ready. Understand the shift. Start thinking like an owner, not just a worker. Get involved locally. Support community ownership projects, solar, data, tech. Demand better metrics. Ask your leaders, what's our EAI? How much of our income comes from ownership? The ownership revolution is not just about economics, it's about justice and dignity. Philosopher John Rawls argued that a just society is one where the benefits of progress are shared by all, not just a privileged few. The ownership revolution isn't about left or right politics. It's about adapting to a world where machines do the work, and humans own the future. As Yuval Noah Harari says, the greatest challenge of the 21st century is to ensure that automation benefits all of humanity, not just a tiny elite. The communities and individuals who embrace this shift will build the most resilient, prosperous economies of the AI age. So, will you be a bystander or an owner in the new economy? The automation cliff is real, but it's also the launchpad for a more inclusive, abundant future. The choice is ours. If you found this video thought-provoking, don't keep it to yourself. Share it with friends, family, and anyone curious about the future of work and wealth. Hit the like button if you want to see more deep dives into the world of AI, automation, and economic transformation. Make sure to subscribe and ring the bell so you never miss our latest insights. And we want to hear from you. What do you think about the ownership revolution? Could it work in your community? Drop your thoughts, insights, questions, or ideas in the comments section below. We read everyone and respond to it. Thanks for watching, and welcome to the conversation about building a future that works for everyone.